Have you ever wondered if the reality we perceive is all there is, or could it be a sophisticated illusion? This is the question that philosopher Nick Bostrom posed when he introduced the simulation hypothesis. This intriguing concept has captivated the minds of scientists and philosophers alike, challenging our understanding of reality. The simulation hypothesis is not merely a philosophical musing, but a theory grounded in the potential future of technology. It posits that future civilizations, far more technologically advanced than ours, might have the capability to create simulations of their ancestors. These simulations would be so refined, so incredibly detailed, that they would be indistinguishable from what we consider reality. Imagine a future where technology has progressed to such a point where our descendants can construct a virtual world, complete with its own history, physics, and even sentient beings. These beings would go about their lives, never knowing that their entire world is a product of ones and zeros, a figment of a supercomputer's imagination. This idea might sound like the plot of a science fiction novel, but Bostrom argues that such simulations are not just possible, but likely. If we accept that our future generations could create these simulations, then we must also entertain the possibility that we ourselves are living in one. We must consider that our universe, with its galaxies, stars, and atoms, is nothing more than a highly sophisticated virtual reality. Our memories, our experiences, every moment of our existence could be a part of this grand simulation, designed and executed by a civilization far beyond our time. Bostrom's argument is based on probability. If there exists a future where countless simulations could be created, then the odds are higher that we exist in one of these simulations, rather than in the original, base reality. This notion flips our understanding of existence on its head. It suggests that what we perceive as reality might be an illusion, a digital mirage conjured by a civilization light years ahead of us in technology. Thus, if these simulations are possible, Bostrom argues, it's more likely we're living in a simulation rather than in base reality. So, the next time you gaze at the stars, remember, they might just be pixels in a cosmic video game, and we, the unwitting players. Quantum mechanics, the science of the very small, paints a peculiar picture of reality. It takes us on a journey into a world that defies our everyday understanding, a world where particles exist in a state of probability until observed. This concept, known as quantum uncertainty, challenges traditional notions of a concrete, objective reality. Let's delve into this a bit more. Imagine a particle that doesn't have a definite position until you measure it. It's not here or there, but everywhere at once, in a state of superposition. But the moment you observe it, the particle snaps into a specific location. This is known as the collapse of the wave function, and it's one of the most baffling aspects of quantum mechanics. This quantum weirdness doesn't just apply to particles. It scales up to atoms, molecules, and possibly even larger systems. And it's not just about location. It's about other properties too, like speed and spin. These properties remain undefined until measured, and that's where the illusion of reality starts to creep in. Some propose that this quantum uncertainty is evidence of a simulated universe. The idea is that, like a video game, the universe only bothers to render what is being observed. Until then, things exist in a kind of blurry, undefined state, ready to snap into focus when needed. This concept parallels the way a video game only renders the scene you're currently looking at to save computational resources. This interpretation of quantum mechanics, known as the Copenhagen interpretation, is just one among many, and it's not without its controversies. Other interpretations, like the many worlds interpretation, offer different perspectives. But the Copenhagen interpretation has a special place in the simulation hypothesis, providing a tantalizing hint of a reality that is less solid and more malleable than we might think. In this interpretation, reality doesn't solidify until observed, much like a rendered scene in a video game. It's a mind-bending concept that challenges our fundamental understanding of the world. But in the realm of quantum mechanics, reality is anything but ordinary. The realm of technology offers tantalizing hints towards the plausibility of the simulation hypothesis. Let's delve into the world of advanced computing and virtual reality, two rapidly progressing fields that are reshaping our understanding of what's possible. The past few decades have witnessed an exponential increase in computational power, a trend that shows no signs of slowing down. From the room-sized computers of the 50s to today's pocket-sized smartphones, we've seen a million-fold increase in computing power. Parallel to this, virtual reality has emerged from the realms of science fiction into our living rooms. Today's virtual reality headsets can transport us into immersive, three-dimensional worlds that feel strikingly real. These digital landscapes respond to our movements, adjust lighting conditions based on our perspective, and can even simulate physical sensations. But let's push the boundaries of our imagination a bit further. Imagine a future where these two fields have evolved to such an extent that we can create a simulation indistinguishable from reality. A simulation so advanced, it can replicate the complexity of an entire universe down to the tiniest subatomic particle. If we accept this as a possibility, then it's not a giant leap to consider that a civilization far more technologically advanced than ours could have already achieved this feat. Perhaps they've created numerous simulations, each housing billions of conscious beings, completely oblivious to their simulated existence. Such a scenario might seem far-fetched from our current technological standpoint, yet it's essential to remember that our understanding of what's technologically possible is continually evolving. A century ago, the idea of humans walking on the moon was pure fantasy. Today, we're planning manned missions to Mars. The simulation hypothesis is not a statement of fact, but a proposition to be explored. And as we continue to push the boundaries of technology, who knows what we might discover about the nature of our reality? This technological progression bolsters the idea that a far more advanced civilization could simulate entire universes. The universe, it seems, operates within a set of finely tuned parameters and laws. Some physicists suggest that these parameters are so precisely calibrated that it appears as if they were designed for life to exist. For instance, the balance between the gravitational force and the expansion rate of the universe is so delicate that if either were slightly different, galaxies, stars, and life as we know it wouldn't exist. This fine-tuning seems to suggest a universe that's been tailored, perhaps even designed, like a simulation. Furthermore, our universe has observable limitations that are reminiscent of programmed boundaries in a simulation. Take, for instance, the speed of light. No matter how much energy we pump into a photon, it cannot exceed the speed of light. This ultimate speed limit has an uncanny resemblance to the maximum render speed in a computer simulation, doesn't it? Another boundary is the Planck length, considered the smallest possible unit of measurement. It's a barrier that we can't seem to get beyond, much like the pixel resolution limit in a digital image. And then, there are the anomalies. Dark matter and dark energy, for example, make up about 95% of the universe, yet we don't know what they are. They don't interact with light, making them invisible and undetectable. Yet, their gravitational effects are profound, affecting the expansion of the universe and the formation of galaxies. These invisible entities could be interpreted as placeholders or fillers in a simulation, much like the unseen code that drives a video game. Black holes, too, are enigmatic. Their singularity, a point of infinite density, defies our understanding of physics. Could these be glitches or limitations in the simulation, akin to a software bug that crashes a program? These peculiarities could point to a designed system with specific parameters, or even glitches in a simulated reality. But what are the odds that we are living in a simulation, and how does our brain process this reality? Well, proponents of the simulation hypothesis argue that if advanced civilizations are capable of producing numerous simulations, then it's statistically more probable that we inhabit one of these simulations rather than the original reality. Picture this. If there are 1,000 simulations for every base reality, the odds of us being in that base reality are 1,000 to 1. It's like a cosmic game of roulette, and the house always wins. But how do we perceive this potential simulated reality? From a neurological standpoint, our brains construct our perception of reality by piecing together sensory inputs. We see a tree not because there's a physical tree out there, but because our eyes send signals to our brain, which interprets them as a tree. This understanding aligns with the simulation hypothesis, as it suggests that our experience of reality could be artificially generated. However, despite these thought-provoking arguments, the simulation hypothesis faces considerable skepticism in the scientific community. Critics argue that there is a lack of empirical evidence to support the hypothesis. The idea that we live in a simulation may be fascinating, but without concrete evidence, it remains just that, an idea. Moreover, some scientists argue that the hypothesis is unfalsifiable, meaning it's impossible to prove or disprove. A hypothesis that cannot be tested doesn't hold much weight in the realm of science. While we can speculate and theorize, without a means to validate or refute the simulation hypothesis, it remains firmly in the realm of philosophy rather than empirical science. While the simulation hypothesis presents an intriguing perspective on reality, it remains a contentious topic in the scientific community. And as we continue to question and explore the nature of our existence, we must remain open to all possibilities, while steadfastly seeking tangible evidence. If our reality is indeed a simulation, it presents profound philosophical and ethical questions. Let's dive deep into the ocean of thought, where we ponder the nature of existence itself. If our reality is simulated, what does that mean for our consciousness? Are we sentient beings with genuine experiences, or just programmed entities following a predefined code? Then comes the question of free will. If we're in a simulation, does that negate our ability to make independent choices, or does it merely provide the stage upon which we perform our free-willed acts? Ethical considerations also come into play. If advanced civilizations are creating these simulations, what responsibilities do they bear towards the simulated beings? Is it ethical to create a world with suffering, even if it's not real in the traditional sense? The simulation hypothesis pushes us to redefine our understanding of existence, consciousness, and morality. Whether a simulation or not, our perception of reality shapes our understanding of existence, consciousness, and morality. In conclusion, the simulation hypothesis offers a fascinating perspective on our reality. As we've discussed, this theory presents an intriguing possibility that our world might be nothing more than a sophisticated simulation, designed and managed by a technologically advanced civilization. Quantum mechanics, with its probability-based reality, aligns with this perspective, suggesting the world doesn't solidify until observed, much like a video game scene. With the rapid advancements in computing and virtual reality, the plausibility of creating highly realistic simulations is increasing. The fine-tuned universe argument, limits and laws of physics, and unexplained anomalies also lend credence to this hypothesis. The argument from probability and our understanding of reality as a construct of the brain further bolster this view. Despite the skepticism and counter-arguments, the simulation hypothesis continues to spark curiosity, encouraging us to question the nature of our existence. Whether we'll ever uncover the truth remains uncertain, but the journey of inquiry certainly challenges our understanding of reality. Thank you for watching our video. The world of simulation hypothesis is vast and full of mystery, and we've only scratched the surface. We hope this exploration has piqued your curiosity and left you with some food for thought. If you've enjoyed this journey through the simulation hypothesis, please leave your comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts, theories, and any counter-arguments you might have. Your engagement helps us create more content that caters to your interests. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you're supporting us to delve deeper into such captivating topics, and you'll also be the first to know when we release new videos. Remember, the quest for knowledge is endless, and each question we ask only leads us to more fascinating discoveries. So, let's keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep expanding our understanding of the universe together. Until next time, stay curious.